Look, we've hit a roadblock. Deadlines have slipped, but we're not out the race yet. So with other projects and planning for this competition taking over, I haven't been able to get on the tools as much as I'd have liked. But today, I'm bringing you up to speed with where we're at with this T6.1 conversion and showing you what it's going to take to get us over the finish line so that we can go live with our next competition.
Any other updates to go through?
So the fridge is going to be behind this, but we're also going to hang a drawer in this top section as well. So you move the tambour door out the way, access to the fridge, access to like a small cutlery drawer or whatever. We've got another tambour door, exactly the same as that, but smaller, going in this area. We've got all the switches for the lights into this front face here. One thing that we may have fucked up on here is these position of these switches. I've asked Marcelo to put the switches here, but they might be in the way of the table rail. We're just gonna have to see whether it'll fit in below that, which I don't think it will. If it doesn't, we're probably gonna have to put the table rail above, like over these switches, and relocate the switches into this face or something like that.
How big of a problem?
It's not massive, it's not massive. Obviously little things like this happen from time to time. You just have to work around it, basically. There is a few things still left to do, but we're not a million miles away from being finished. So yeah, we'll get into it, but first, let's go to CAF.
Has the delay stressed you out much, mate?
It's not ideal, like, but there's no point in rushing it. Don't want to sort of just commit to it and go into it, you know, regardless of where you're up to. So pause, you know, let's get a few things sorted out and then go into it confident that everything's in place.
How do you feel about shortening the time where people can buy the ticket?
Adds a bit more risk for me personally, for camper. If we get organised and we put a good marketing strategy in place, which I'm sure we can do, then there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to sell enough tickets in that 4-week period. Get a spike in sales at the start, goes flat throughout the middle, and then it spikes again at the end. If we can increase the sales at the start and the beginning more than what we would take in those 2 weeks, then, you know, it's not, we haven't lost. I'll have a BLT. It was like that. So I've like little fucking things like.
What would you say your earliest memory of adventure is?
Just as a kid fucking around in the woods and that, innit? You know what I mean? Like where my ma's house was, backed onto like woods, so we'd always like around in there making tree houses, fucking zip lines and that. Like my ma and dad's garden was massive, so I remember this one time I'd be fucking tie the rope fucking the length of the garden, plastic garden furniture things. We put like the table leg through the rope, so we like climb the tree, hang on to this with table leg and zip line down this thing. But like, I mean, if we fell from the start part, like it was probably an injury. Being outdoors and all that probably sparked the adventure in me. Like as we got older, obviously the trip to Australia and then on to wherever else we went to. I think the thing that sparked the adventure in me there for that was documentaries, watching documentaries. I used to watch like the Great Barrier Reef documentaries and things like that. So that sort of gave me that. That's why I always wanted to go to Australia more than anywhere else. And then once you get that travel bug, I mean, you'll probably know yourself as well. Like once you get it, like that's it then, innit?
Now that you're fed, lad, what jobs need to be completed?
I want to see where our seats are up to with the upholsterer. Fiddling to do with the tambour doors. Jamie's probably gonna sort that out for us. A little bit at the back where the mattress is gonna sit on top of. We need to sort of make some other little parts to that, just so it supports the weight. These jobs at the end, like the little fiddly jobs, they do tend to take a lot longer than what you think. So sort of squeaky clean before we start this competition. So yeah, that's it. So we're just looking at the table rail now. So the rail does actually fit just below. So that one's gonna go about there. We also want one up there, same size gap rail. That would look on purpose. If we do that,
doesn't look intentional.
No.
That a little hiccup there, mate, or?
Yeah, when that's closed and you go to open it, it'll only open 300mm before it hits that back wall. So what we need to do is go and pick up a coil so that when you push that back, rather than it just going straight, it comes in and coils up on itself inside this cabinet. Coming up with an idea for the handle routed detail. A little something to get your fingers into. Moment of truth. You know, we want to keep that area separate from everything else, so that's sort of like your garage. So you dump all your shite in there. Yeah, so we've had confirmation from the upholsterer. The front seats are all done. So we're gonna go down there. Obviously we've still got that small issue with the inertia reel in the rear seats that isn't quite working. Yeah, I think the best thing to do is leave the rear seats here. We'll just shoot round, get the front seats, and then we'll take that double rear seat to them once everything else is finished. Then keeping in mind that we've got to get this thing done as soon as possible.
And what about the coil for the thing?
Oh yeah, so that's another thing as well. So we'll shoot round to him, pick a coil up so that second tamper door in the higher unit can sort of coil back in itself, and we can make use of opening that tamper door up to the full aperture that we've cut out of the cabinets. So,
where is it that we're heading now, mate?
First stop, Tamper Line. It's our tamper door supplier just in Rainford. The coils for that first, and then we'll head over to Auto just in Merseyside, which is on Kirby Industrial Estate. So you know, as you pull your tamper door back, it's obviously gonna go into there and fucking coil up inside that, rather than, you know, going back in a straight line. Second stop, Auto Trim. So I'm gonna get the front seats for this T6. Take it easy, mate, see you later. Get back and get them in. Okay, yeah, so Jamie's in there, gonna sort out the coil for the tamper door. Seats will be going in tomorrow now, because the day's running on. I've just had an email off the guys who are doing the wrap. You know, we talked last week about the vinyl that we're gonna put in there. I'm gonna get it up on the computer now to come and have a quick look. The mock-up artwork of the wrap that we're thinking of putting on the van, a black stripe with the topography lines taken out of it, so the colour of the van comes through. I'm gonna ask him to take it right the way through that strip. A couple of other amendments. Yeah, I think what I might do is get this in the same grey colour. Couple of little tweaks. Obviously that's shown as like a white sticker. I think I'm just going to get that on where it's just the letters. It says installed by Camper. I think we'll change that to converted by. We say with 99% certainty by this time next week it's going to be finished, and we're going to be at the point of taking it out and getting some good content out and about. So praying for some nice weather next week. But we'll call it a wrap for this week's video. Thanks everyone for watching. As usual, drop your comments below if you've got any questions or anything like that, and we'll try our best to answer them. Yeah, tune in next week. Hopefully this van is going to be on the road. Take it easy, and we'll see you in the next one.